What's up and welcome back to the Kinda Funny Gamescast for Monday, December 9th, 2024. Of course, I'm your host, Tim Geddes. I'm joined today by Blessing Adeoye Jr.
Good day, Tim.
Greg Miller. And returning from New York, the engaged one, Roger Picorni.
Thank you. I brought bagels.
They're frozen. But don't listen to Nick. They defrost just fine and then taste great.
Nick's very anti-defrosting, I've learned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime remember this came up with the pizzas recently from BJ's.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
He didn't believe
He
in all
had a
that,
huge
too.
problem.
Now, here's my thing. I'm with Nick.
Well, you don't like
I
anything
think
in
the
the
problem
freezer.
is that you're both just too dumb
I'm
to understand how to properly freeze and defrost.
Exactly. And I put it.
No, I know, but then it always tastes weird. Always tastes weird.
Not true.
Every single
Not true.
time.
Go have one of those bagels right now and tell me it tastes weird.
I got an anti-freezer agenda. Gonna be real.
Wait, so
You're like wasting food. You and Gia just laughing as you pour
No,
food
she
into
fucking
the
loves it.
streets.
She freezes things for fucking ever, and then I'm like, great, now my shit tastes like dog food, because our dog food's in the freezer, bless.
Well, that seems like a personal issue.
That seems like a personal issue.
Just put loose dog food and loose bagels in there. No bags, no Tupperware.
Seeps through. I'm telling you guys, this is the Kind of Funny Gamescast. Each and every weekday, we get together to talk about video games, reviewing them, previewing them, predicting the Game Awards. Of course, we're going to be here doing that, and that's exactly what we're doing today. If you love what we do, please support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and you can get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be part of the show, submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. If you have any predictions for announcements at the Game Awards, please Super Chat them in. We would love to talk about them here. This, remember, is the announcements predictions
How come
episode.
he gets to ask people, like the audience, for predictions?
Well, he's not going to steal them.
But we
like
don't know
some
that.
people.
He has access to the super chat.
He has
We
his live.
And he
all
literally
have
just
access
asked
to
them.
the super chats, which is like fair because then we can call them out on. Not all of us have access or pay attention to twitch.tv/blessing junior where you're asking specifically.
Ladies,
You're acting
gentlemen,
like I'm the only
and
one with a
bees, if
Twitch
you
channel.
didn't see Kind of Funny Games Daily, you miss mainly just Blessing and Barrett throw me under the fucking bus for Indiana Jones. But more importantly, because Roger's right there with me. That's what I like to see. More importantly, you missed Blessing just admit that, I started Twitch and I say, what do you guys want us to think is going to happen at the Game Awards? Then he comes in here with his nice glasses and new coat and thinks that he can just say these opinions.
I already had predictions laid out.
Oh,
Did you change any of
You
them?
had
now?
concepts of a
Based on that,
prediction.
no, I actually didn't change any of them. I did write down other stuff that I was like, ooh, I can build on this. But it was more so me doing research. That's the thing. We never outlawed research for predictions.
We might have to.
Research me, yeah. Do your own research. You know what I mean? You're going to the .coms, the Googles.
So what? Like
You're
what,
not saying,
what does
"Oh, Harry
research-
Ball's 74 in chat. What should I predict?"
No. What does research? What constitutes research to you? Is
Taking your fucking fingers and going bam, bam, bam.
is
Video
Reddit
game
research?
release date.
Reading.
Is Reddit
what
research?
What happened last year at the Game Awards? You think about that? Maybe you come out, you slam a jamma, Jordan Peele one like last
Do
year.
you read articles? Are you like, oh man, let me see what people are out on the streets saying? Because that's all I did. My chats are part of the streets. It's all people. We're all creating content together.
Don't try to make this a unification between them and us. You cheated and you know it.
That's not cheating. We never had rules. We never set the rules.
I'm with Bless that it's allowed. I
To just
wouldn't
look
do
at the
it
audience and be
personally,
like, give me
but
predictions.
it's allowed.
And it's also, it's not like I'm sitting here like, oh yeah, okay, you said this. Oh yeah, for sure, I'm gonna write that down.
So you're not even crediting them.
No,
Exactly.
No, not even cheating and not
Fucking,
we all know.
We got Gronk. We're working with Gronk over here. Whatever the fuck his name is for Max.
When was the last time anybody in our chat
Max AI.
Baby Gronk?
Okay.
When was the last time anybody in our chat said something where we're like, oh, that's a good point? Like, think about that. They don't
He's starting on you.
No.
He's starting on you.
No, listen. You know, I appreciate our audience. They're the reason why we're able to do what we do. But they don't know what they're talking about. Come on.
I love how you're trying to. You're doubling down in every way to make this bad for you, Bless. You have no one on your side
I've
now.
been watching a lot of wrestling. And
Okay.
let me tell you.
Yeah.
This Xavier Woods heel turn. I just love it a lot.
Oh yes.
And so I watch it. I'm like, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll be a heel to our audience. It's working.
It's got
Shout
me
out to
this far.
Majin
You
Buu.
know what I mean? They love the abuse, these sick little freaks.
Remember,
they called
everybody.
us. He called us troglodytes. Let's call ourselves trogs from now on.
That'll get him.
We're an 11-person business, everybody. We're all about live talk shows. We just had an awesome episode of Games Daily that was Bless and Raj talking about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and how everyone is really enjoying it out there. So You can check that out if you want. After this, we got a Greg Way that's going to be Greg talking about what it's like being the most controversial game reviewer of 2024.
The bad boy of games journalism is here, everybody. Jeff Grubb's getting a squirrely. Damn, I fucked it up.
Squirrely.
Squirrely. Fuck. Too excited to be back. And I got a dog.
I like
in my
that you
lap,
look like
and
a
he
high
just
school
keeps
bully.
Shaking.
You look like an
does
80s
look like a
movie
high
high
school
school bully right now with the jacket. But you got a dog, though. No one can be mad
Like
at that.
people call you Rex.
Rex.
Because that's like a bully name. Greg's not,
okay.
Greg's not a
What's
bully
up,
name.
Rex?
Yeah.
What's up? We
I thought you said people call you Rex, and I'm
We
like,
go to Kager, Barrett.
God, this is supposed to be like a standout episode for us. You know
We're
what I
crushing
mean?
it so
Yeah.
far.
People are going to come to this like, what are the kind of funny guys saying? Because they need to steal our predictions for their podcast.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Exactly.
What's up, Lucy
Which
James?
are already stolen.
Anyways,
gathering information.
This, we have Mike and Nick playing Indiana Jones in the Great Circle on the stream. And then you can get the Kind of Funny podcast later this afternoon and tomorrow on YouTube podcast services if you're not a Kind of Funny member. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Delaney Twining and Carl Jacobs. Today we're brought to you by Imperial and Aura Frames, but we'll tell you about those later. We're getting into it. The topic of the show. Our Game Awards official predictions of announcements for 2024. To set the stage here, Jeff Keighley's been real quiet. Suspiciously quiet. Normally around the Game Awards, a lot more tweets, a lot more like confirming what will be there, what won't be there. A little bit less of that this year. Just putting that out there for everybody. Meanwhile, Andy Robinson out here saying, expecting a very big Game Awards next week. Fire up the hype train.
Wow.
That gets everybody in a tizzy. So combining those things, do with that what you will. Hype responsibly, everybody. Unless you're me.
Jesus Christ.
And then also today, I was confirmed that Mafia, the old country, will be at Game Awards. So one potential surprise thing.
I'm excited for that.
I know you fucking lose.
But that would have been something that I feel like we could have predicted.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that
But they
might have
robbed
been
us
on our
of
list.
that.
Might have been one of the things that was written on
Same
my
thing for the
document.
Borderlands 4 thing, right?
Yeah.
And exactly, Borderlands 4 as well. So yeah, so there are two known quantities that I feel like are in the realm of.
But
the
again,
things
that's
that we might
that's up the alley of bliss. You know, somebody else said it. Now he can iterate on it. But
they
Borderlands
said-
4
No, the
trailer's going to
company-
be there, and Claptrap will
Over
be in
1
it.
minute.
You know what I mean?
But also, I feel we can make predictions around those things, like not
Lame ones.
not claptrap around it. But I could be like, what if I would be like, oh,
Bad boys. You know what I mean?
I can say
New York.
Squirrelies for everybody.
Squirrelies.
I can say that Borderlands 4 is going to come out April 22nd as a prediction.
Yes.
But I'm not going to do that.
that what you're-
No, I'm not going to do that. No. I'm just saying.
Where'd you hear that? That's a good prediction. Shit. Fuck.
So
maybe I'll
here's
put that
what
down.
we are going to
22nd.
do,
It's a Monday.
everybody. Like I was saying, if you want to get our predictions of the winners of the Game Awards, we did a episode where we went through every single category. So you can check that out from a couple weeks ago on the Kind of Funny Gamescast feeds. But this is for announcements. What we're going to do is each one of us at this table has 5 predictions that we have prepared. We are going to go one by one, and then we're just going to go back and forth along this table.
Okay.
Do we start with me or do we start with Raj?
Maybe you start with me.
You guys are in
Greg
the middle.
Miller, the
Why
guy
can't
who
we start-
knocked it out of the
Y'all
park.
sat here.
Everyone
Y'all are
said
sitting here.
Jordan Peele. That'd be like Leonardo da Vinci showing up on stage. But what happened when I predicted it? He came out, bing bong, bing bong.
Barrett, I want a straw poll.
What I don't want is to have to figure out a back and forth, and I'm going to get lost if we do that. So we
Put me
have
in,
to just
coach.
go back and forth this way.
My favorite
this
thing
way.
about this
But-
company, make it easy for Tim.
But we're
That's what
not
I say.
doing the snake draft shit. So that means
around.
like you guys are going to be able to like get back
Yeah.
quicker.
Put me in.
You get what I'm
I
saying?
don't like the system.
What fucking system do you want, Bless?
Blessing, I just came back from New York.
Get 4 coins, flip them all.
Okay, and then-
Each other
we get the
And then
average.
a snake draft.
yeah.
Because then, like, if Roger goes first, I'm going third.
What is the
2
heads or
times in a
tail thing
row.
for? What is that for?
It's either Roger or
Oh, okay, gotcha. You want to do it?
Whatever. I do not care. I was trying to make this easy. What do we want to
He's
do?
mad
here?
now, everybody. Oh, the fun's over. We're having a great time, but now he's all mad because he stayed up till 3 a.m. the other
What the
night.
fuck do you want to do?
We can just do this.
It was a round robin. We don't know what
Bring me
that
back
means.
to my childhood, all the yelling. I don't like it.
God, man.
Put me in. I want to go.
I want to go before Raj. So I think Tim should go, and it should go that way.
I want to go before Tim, so I want Raj to go.
No, this makes
the
sense.
coin.
This makes perfect sense.
the
I
Okay,
go.
I'm tails, you
I go.
heads.
Tim goes. You go.
Okay.
Raj
No,
goes.
I want to go before
Okay.
Tim.
I'm tails, your heads.
Me and Tim have the same first prediction. I guarantee it. So I want to get there first.
Let's go.
I'm right there with you.
Let's go.
Okay, wait. So what is this, Raj? You said
I'm tails, and I want if it's tails, I go. If it's heads,
Okay.
you go.
flip it, Barrett.
On
Oh,
tails.
it's got a noise too.
Yes.
God damn it.
Yes.
You could have just said I go first. You know what I mean? We could have made this work.
I'm going first.
Tim's going first.
With the first prediction of
First
the Kind of
prediction.
Funny Game Awards 2024 prediction episode, we welcome to the stage Timothy Robert Geddes.
Jesus.
In 2017, From Software
Oh, okay.
Oh.
dropped a quote new project teaser featuring the words quote "Shadows Die Twice" at the Game Awards. 2 years later, that game would win Game of the Year at the Game Awards under the title Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. At 2024, at the Game Awards, we will get a teaser for From Software's next game. We will not get a title for it. It'll just be a tease that it is a new game. It'll end up not being a sequel to a previous From
Wait, have
Software
we left the
game.
Game Awards part of this prediction?
I'm just adding that.
Okay,
That's
thank
just
you.
for fun. Just giving
Just
you
making sure.
context there.
Flavor.
But we will get the announcement of From Software's next game, and it's going to be something new. And it's just going to be the little tease there.
Okay.
Do you think they'll say the genre? Do you think that Jeff Keighley afterwards would be like, not a Souls game? Not a Souls
no,
thing.
I think it's a Souls game. I think it's
Oh,
a Souls
okay.
game. I think it's like there's Bloodborne, there's Sekiro, there's the Dark Souls games, Demon Souls, part of that, whatever. It's going to be something like that.
Damn.
It's gonna be Jeff being like, "That's right, a new game in the lineage." I don't know why that's my Jeff Keighley.
That's good.
a
It wasn't bad, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, a new game in the lineage of From Software's, pivotal pivotal action RPG, Souls likes. Look forward to it. I trailed off there, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gonna say something along those lines.
Sure.
Interesting.
What do you think, Bless?
I like it. I didn't have it written down because it's one of those things that sounds too good to be true, and I've not let Andy Robinson get into my head. Like I'm
Generally speaking.
yeah, I'm going
Keep the man out.
I'm going into this with, I guess, not tempered expectations, but like just with normal expectations. Because I think Game Awards usually is pretty exciting. Like I looked at last year's Game Awards for all the things that were announced there, and last year's Game Awards for announcements was really good.
Yeah.
Like a lot of cool things. We got like that whole Sega slate of games coming out. Like we got a lot of cool shit, and so I expect we're gonna get a similar level of like cool shit. The From Software thing. I think the only thing about it is I feel like we've heard zero rumblings.
So that's my thing, though, is that for all my
Doesn't hear about it,
predictions,
can't
I
happen.
tried doing my homework. And by that, I
Unlike
know
some,
that,
you know?
No, I tried backing it up with the reasoning of like, what if there is there history of this potentially happening? And yeah, I mean, Sekiro was announced at Game Awards, and I
Yeah.
do think that type of announcement, like you being like, I don't know if that's too big. I don't think it is. I don't think that it would be announced anywhere but a Keighley event at this point. When we look at how these games have been announced or even like updated the last couple of years, they seem to be tied to the Keighley events. From Software
you're right.
likes these events.
Elden Ring had that huge trailer at not Game Awards, but at Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that if we're going to get a game, it'd be here, and I feel like it's time, right? Like having Armored Core happen last year, having the DLC for Elden Ring. I think announcing the next title, it's time. I think the biggest thing for me is it going to be a new title or is it going to be a sequel to something?
My heart, and like this is based off nothing, of course, right? But like I just
Based
don't
off
think
nothing.
I just don't think it's a Souls game. Like I don't know. I feel like they're gonna do something weird. I don't know if it's gonna be that weird, but I don't think it's gonna be like
I mean,
traditional
that's what
Souls like
Armored
things.
Core was recently, though.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I think it has to be a Souls game. Like whatever they're doing next. I think Armored Core was
went
their
wrong.
divergence, and then they had the big DLC, right? Which like almost feels like a main game type release. But I still think that now we're due for an announcement of what is the next main thing for From Software when you're talking about Souls likes. But I think the other thing for me where I'm not 100% there, although I think you're right, I think there's a strong chance. I'm not 100% there because it feels like we just got a lot from Software.
Yeah.
It feels like they just gave us their Insomniac run of back to back thing, and I think there has to be some kind of like breather, some kind of space where it is, all right, we're going back, we're crawling back into our cave to cook some more.
But haven't we always had that? Like that's the thing about FromSoft is like when we start looking, like maybe not as much as right now, but they have more teams and bigger teams than they have ever had. Like I feel like they've been consistent since a long time at this point. So
That's fair.
I don't know.
I saw
We'll see.
Jason. Jason in chat said Metal Wolf Chaos 2. I would cry.
Stop it.
Oh my god! I mean, that's my dream. That's my dream scenario right there. They're just like, hey, we have the assets. We have some robots. let's take two
making
people. Let's make this game.
They're making another Deracine for PSVR 2.
Oh,
Nobody knows what I'm
No,
talking about.
no,
They're making-
Bless.
I'm surprised it didn't go with, I think, what is even more likely, which is Resident Evil 9 gets revealed.
Wow.
You're insane.
You
No.
think so?
You're insane.
I think it gets revealed.
They have a history with PlayStation.
They do, but hey, like they also have a history of coming out way more often than like I feel like they've hit recently, right? Like we've gotten a gap now of not having a main Resident Evil release, I guess since Resident Evil 4, that feels a bit longer than usual. I feel like usually by now we have an announcement. I think that might mean that they're just off cycle with it. And when's the next PlayStation showcase? When's the next PlayStation State of Play? We don't know. But I don't think that's gonna like if Capcom is ready to talk about Resident Evil, I think they're going to talk about Resident Evil, whether it's going to be at a State of Play or at like a Game Awards type thing. And I think a Game Awards could fit the bill. I'm saying that we're going to get a tone setter trailer. I think we're going to get the setting. I don't have any predictions as far as setting, but I think we're going to get a setting. I think you're going to get one of the main villains, the Lady Demetrisk of this game. I think we get that reveal. And I think they announce it for 2025. I think 2025 is the release year.
I like that. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh wait, he does have the Capcom connection, right? I mean, like Wilds was the ending of Game Fest, right? So I could see that. I'm leaning more towards Tim though, of like they have that PlayStation connection, but you know, this is the time to do it.
The thing is, Resident Evil 9 will be announced, I think, fairly soon. And I do think that 2025, that is what we're looking at and talking about. But I mean, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I don't think a Resident Evil thing has ever happened at a Keighley event. And they always happen at either State of Plays or showcases for the
or
last.
like even E3 press conferences.
Exactly. I mean, Resident Evil 2 remake was a Sony E3 conference, right? And then since then, it has been State of Plays or PlayStation showcases. So, yeah.
I think I'm also going off of the idea of if it is 2025, this feels like the last chance to do it. Unless there's a State of Play that we don't know about that might happen. But if it's 2025, I feel like you want to announce it like before this year ends. That's the vibe I get. Because like I feel like we usually don't get a announced and released Resident Evil in the same year either, do we?
Yes, we do.
I mean, really?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe not same year, but within months, right? Like thinking about
4?
Resident Evil 2 coming out, 3 was announced in December and came out in like March.
Oh.
You know what I
Or
mean? So
remake?
they're
Like,
tight.
Yeah.
Or a remake too, right? Wasn't that announced at the beginning of the year and then came out towards the end of the year? Or remember that
No,
wrong?
4 came out like in spring.
Oh, okay.
But even then, but from announcement to release,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we're talking less than a year. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
but-
for every Resident Evil in the last 10 years.
Yeah. But I guess I'm still even thinking of like, not even that is going to take more than 12 months. I'm just talking about like the calendar year of, hey, like going into next year, say the next Resident Evil is in the fall 2025. I still think that like announcing it at the end of 2024, it sets you up well as far as like where we're at with Resident Evil. Then maybe you can have a more full reveal at a State of Play or showcase.
There's also Monster Hunter Wilds that I don't necessarily think Capcom cares about like stepping on themselves with because they are different enough.
Sure.
In the past, they have talked about Monster Hunter and Resident Evil like kind of in tandem, but
That's fair.
yeah, I want to see it happen.
fair.
I think there's a possibility, but I'm not buying it.
Fair enough.
Greg Miller,
Hello, Tim.
hello,
No.
How are you?
fantastic.
You know, in this episode, it's kind of our last chance to pat me on the back and congratulate me on the greatest Game Award predictions of all time. Barrett, roll the footage. Let them see if they don't know. If these people who are watching or listening don't know, they need to understand that I did the impossible last year on this very show when Andy was still on it. God rest his soul.
Sorry, you didn't tag me in this. I just had.
Oh, it's an asset. Sorry. It's just the thing about the Kojima prediction. Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you had that
yeah.
open. Sorry. My
Inside
bad.
I didn't get
This
that notification.
Yeah,
Experiment he was working on, this second project from last year, right? Going to be horror. We've all wanted a horror game for Hideo Kojima. It's in association with Jordan Peele.
shit.
Oh,
Look at Jack.
God, this guy's bringing this fight.
Working on it. Oh, wait.
Greg nailed it! Oh, Greg nailed it! Oh my God!
Everyone, please welcome Jordan Peele.
How the fuck did Greg know? I forgot about that.
Incredible stuff.
Hand to Greg.
I gotta give it to you, Greg. Like that legitimately is the greatest video game showcase prediction of all time.
Yeah.
Like, because it's to me, it's kind of perfect. Where you hear it and you're like, that makes sense. But it's not coming from anywhere that's just like the most obvious thing in the world. And it happened. And then the camera cut to you. there's still in the back of my mind, I'm like, you knew something.
paid
You knew
somebody.
something.
All
All
Flip the
I
20.
knew, all I knew is what I've talked about a million times is that I knew the camera was on the person to my left, which was George from Pop Agenda, and then I screamed loud, so they cut to me. They flipped the camera to me just in time for them to go on there
Insane.
and freak you guys out.
insane stuff.
But if you thought that was something, blow it out your asshole, everybody, because I've got a better one for you. All right. And of course, I'll be staying in the world of the one, the only Hideo Kojima. Sorry, Raj. Kojima will, of course, come out to the stage and introduce a new Death Stranding 2 trailer. It will be set to Caroline Polachek's Meanwhile.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It will be. I'm sorry. You saw what I did last year. Clearly, it's going to be this year, all right? If that wasn't enough when it ends, of course, Jeff will banter for a bit about like, oh, you're doing that game. I can't do a Jeff either. You're doing that. That's cool. But last year you had something to say about this other stuff, right? And all these other things. And he'll say yes. He'll then welcome to the stage Hunter Schafer to talk about, of course, OD, right? Their whole little, the pig runs through the wall, whatever thing they were doing, right? Hunter will come out and, of course, make a joke about being there, not to promote a Zelda movie, but instead to talk about OD. And then they'll show some OD stuff.
Wow.
No fucking shot. No shot. She is making an original song. He is meeting with not only Caroline, but also Danielle Harl, her producer. They're making an original thing. I don't think that he is going to use any of her older music.
Well, I think in this trailer he will.
Wow.
When the game
I
comes
mean,
out.
Raj, do you think if there's a Death Stranding 2 trailer at the Game Awards, do you think that song is
No,
revealed?
I've listened to her catalog over the strip thinking about this. I was like, is there a song here that fits with Death Stranding, that fits with OD? And I don't think that there's one out of the box that works for either of those trailers. I think it needs to be an official thing that she makes from the ground up to be a main theme. So I don't think so. I like where your head's at, though.
I do too, and I do think that I think in the game it'll be an original song, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
But I like to put in the spice because I want the 0.5s and the 0.25s.
Yeah, I love
you know what I
that.
mean? I don't want to be the guy just on Twitch. Hey, what should I say?
Yeah.
I bought a cool jacket, but I have nothing to say. You know what I mean?
TikTok.
I'm an empty jacket. What do I do?
You talking about me? Is that about me?
Roger. Roger Picorni, what's your first prediction?
It's the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards. And the one thing that at least we've been predicting that Jeff has been chasing has been a certain huge company to show off one of their newest games. Rockstar Games logo will show up on screen right next to Remedy, because they're going to show off Max Payne 1 and 2 remake. First full trailer showing off the tone of it
like that.
with a 2026 release date. This makes a lot of sense from a few angles, right? They just announced FBC, which I believe is dated for next year. If not, I'm assuming that game's going to come out next year. They're going to go out there and say, hey, this is what we're working past that to kind of get people that are like, oh, what are they doing with this multiplayer game? Here's what we're working on. Here's how it looks. The interesting tidbit of it is just like, how does this game look? I believe the main voice actor passed away, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm incorrect, but I'm pretty sure.
Of Max Payne, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Max
that's
Payne,
correct.
yeah. So that I'm interested to see how they deal with that. Did he record anything beforehand? Is it just a new voice actor? But either way, I think it's just going to be a teaser of like, hey, this is what the graphics look like, and here's like the official name. I don't think it's going to be called Max Payne 1 and 2 Remake. I think it's going to be called something, maybe just Max Payne. Just call it like that. So yeah, you will see the Rockstar logo, but it will be mostly Sam Lake coming out on stage showing off Max Payne 1 and 2.
Nope.
Why not?
Wow.
Rockstar ain't showing up to this thing. They ain't doing it this way. They ain't having
Like
it that
Rockstar.
way.
It's not Rockstar. I mean,
I'm pretty sure Rockstar already forgot this is happening.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a Remedy
They
project.
ain't putting the Rockstar logo.
Th-
up.
that-
They
that's
ain't
my
doing
thing,
that.
Roger. I love this.
Anarchy if they did that, because everybody would pop for GTA and then
I
find out it's Max Payne.
feel like Max Payne being there.
I think you start off with Remedy, and then you show off Rockstar.
Okay.
Or Rockstar, or Remedy in association with Rockstar. I mostly did it just for the prediction. I thought it would be funny to get to make you go
pop
left
us.
or right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be Max Payne 1.
I do think that's good. I think
Yeah.
Max Payne's a good pull that I wasn't thinking about.
Yeah. I like it.
Thank
And
you.
I do think you can see both logos pop up at the same time. Or even if it is like Remedy, fade off, Rockstar, fade off.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is one of those things where and I don't know if this is part of the report or part of like news or if I'm just like projecting, but I feel like Remedy is more passionate about this than Rockstar is.
Oh,
right?
100%.
Like, I feel like
but
this
that's
is a
why I
Remedy
sit there and I
approach
go,
thing.
well, what would Remedy do on their own? You know what I mean? What are they?
Yeah.
What are they ready to show a Control 2 trailer, a teaser, Jesse McFadden
Like,
talking?
well, my thing is, if not here, then where else would they show this off, right? Like, not like, as far
Max Payne.
Max
stuff?
Payne.
I think Rockstar's so weird that they would be like, we're just gonna put up a Rockstar blog post about it.
That'd be so whack.
But like, who's in control of this, right? Like that's where my head's
question.
at, right? Like
Great
if
question.
Remedy's in control of this, pun intended, pun intended, then they're going to be like, oh, let's just do Game Awards. We
And I
have a
think they
collection
are.
with-
Yeah.
with
I think it's a
Jeff.
Remedy thing.
I agree. Like I can't see Rockstar being like they're gonna be somewhat hands on, but I don't think they're gonna be that hands on as to want to control the marketing of this whatsoever.
What should I say?
So I put this in your hands. Do we give Roger the next one, or do we go to Greg?
I thought we should go back to you.
Well, if it's a snake draft, yeah, we would. Roger
Or
would
do
do
you
it.
wanna
I
go
thought
to
we were
me?
going
Okay,
back
we'll
around.
go to me.
Let's
We'll
go back to
go-
Tim.
Remember, we got to keep it
Options out
easy
there.
for you. We got to keep it easy.
Yeah, we got to
for
keep it
you.
easy for Tim.
You're one mule kick away from living in the zoo next to the orangutans. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Claps like a gorilla, treat him like a gorilla. Toss this man a banana.
On March 21st, 2022 at 9:35 a.m., CG Projekt Red announced a new Witcher saga alongside the announcement of development on Unreal Engine 5 as part of a strategic partnership with Epic Games. Later that day, at 2:40 p.m., Radic, our friend and global PR director at CD Projekt Red, tweeted, "What we have not announced today is a game called The Witcher 4, a game exclusive to one storefront. It was our initial confirmation of a new saga in the Witcher franchise. Right now, we're not discussing any specifics in terms of story, characters, mechanics, or plot details." Months later, on October 2nd, during the company's investor call, the studio CEO said, "For Polaris, which is the codename for this project, we're preparing technology. This is the first project to be released on the new engine, Unreal Engine 5, so there's need for some extra work to make it all happen. For this project, for sure, we need some extra effort to deliver." He went on to say that the second and third games in this new Witcher trilogy would go much smoother because of the foundation being created now. He then was asked, as the two smoother games would take on average 3 years to develop, would it be reasonable to ascertain that the next mainline game is more than 3 years away? To which he said, yes. Creating a new game alongside a new technology is doing like what they're doing with Polaris usually takes 4 or 5 years, though this won't necessarily be the case this time. That was 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago. At the Game Awards 2024, it will be announced that the next game in the Witcher franchise, the first of this new Witcher saga trilogy of games, will in fact be titled The Witcher 4 Polaris.
Oh,
We're getting that here.
Wow. Okay.
in trailer form.
CG.
Something, yeah. I think
Okay.
because like last time we got the snow and the little symbol and stuff. I think this time
We see the new Witcher or whatever.
something a little
Yeah.
bit more, but I do think The Witcher 4 Polaris is going to be the title of this thing.
Okay.
I don't think we get a date or even a year or anything like that, but while I don't expect the game to come out next year, I do think knowing CD Projekt Red and how they like to, or how they previously have announced games and titles, like with a bit more of a walk. I mean, they already officially announced the game,
Yeah.
but I think starting like crystallize it now that Cyberpunk 2077 has its Phantom Liberty out already and all that, I think it's time.
I feel
Fair.
like it's too late to take it back. Your hand is already off the chess piece, so you can't move it again. Polaris, you think is part of the final title?
I can't see it.
That's a terrible. Like,
It's interesting though because like I feel like most code names aren't known to the public, right? The fact that they're saying Polaris is kind of interesting. So I see where you're coming from. I don't see it as like a Witcher like actual like headline or whatever,
It
but
doesn't feel fantasy enough.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels cyberpunky.
But I think that the 4, like they want this to be a new thing, but
Sure.
then also still being a continuation. So that's why I'm just like, I there's enough weird shit
The
about it.
Witcher fourth meal.
That's getting good.
Like
does
Taco Bell.
Bell?
Fourth meal.
Was that a part of their marketing campaign?
Yeah, when you
Yeah,
were about
it's a
3
big deal.
years old, Taco Bell was big on fourth meal, so you'd go eat it at
I
midnight.
love fourth
Man,
meal.
and we wonder about like American health and like the issues we have.
People are
fourth
I
meal
can't tell you where Colorado is, but I can tell you about Taco
fourth
Bell's ad
meal
campaign.
from Taco Bell. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not healthy, man.
was awesome.
That's not good.
It was
for
so
us.
sick.
That's
People
not
are
good.
saying that Polaris is a space thing, but I need y'all to think a little bit deeper. What do we see in that first trailer?
Think deep.
Snow. Where's snow?
Space.
in polar places. I did type in
Polar.
Polaris.
I like that.
That's mine. Bless. What's yours?
I mean, Polaris is like a North Star situation.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why I like it.
my prediction. This is one that, like my first prediction, didn't get from chat. This is one that if you go back, if you watch the VOD of my stream, was already written down by the time I started the stream.
When we
Right?
go, Barrett,
This is
I'm gonna
pure
need you to
bless
go
right
watch
here.
his stream later and also read the chat. All right, because
I'm
that's
on
the thing.
it.
You
I'm
can
on
watch the stream
This
and
is
never
pure bless.
see it.
I mean, there comes a point where I bring up my document. This one is one of the ones I was already in the document.
Help.
Back in 2015, a game called Until Dawn released to the public.
yeah.
This is a game from Supermassive Games. It was a hit. It did a lot of things. It had stars. It was a huge hit. Last year, Until Dawn got a remaster. And at the end of that remaster,
This is
Game
great.
Wars is going to ask for fixing it.
they're updating it. They're finally fixing all the bugs. But there were things about that remaster that might point to more Until Dawn content. There have also been rumors in the last few years about maybe Sony's working on Until Dawn 2. I think
Until dusk.
Until Dusk. God, it would be so good if it was called that. I think Until Dawn 2, or whatever else it might be named, but the spiritual successor to Until Dawn is going to be announced. It is coming straight from PlayStation. It is being developed by Firesprite Studios, who you know from Horizon Call of the Mountain. Then this is where
You know them from that, Tim.
Yeah, Horizon Call of the
I don't
Mountain.
even know.
I did know that. I'm just like, I'm trying to see
You were
if
thinking about
you're
Firewalk. If Firewalk got
Aloy
closed,
drinks
no,
Sprite.
if you're with him on, yeah, exactly. If you're with him or not on this, because
Now,
I'm interested.
These are the stretches that I'm going to take with this one.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
We get some casting,
Whoa.
including at least one of these people:
Oh no.
Jenna Ortega,
Come on. Come on.
Lily Reinhart. You know her from Riverdale, and
I don't.
and or Jacob Elordi.
Oh.
You get at least one of those
Jacob
three
Lord is
people.
too serious.
Yeah, no.
You don't get a release date or window. You just get the game announced.
Is Hayden
some casting.
Panettiere coming back?
Oh, that's a yes, but we don't get that at Game Awards.
You don't think she's in that trailer? She's like Until Dawn. You know what I mean? Like when I
That's
think
a good
about that game,
question.
I think about her. I don't even
She's
think
down
about
to return to things.
Oh, Jacob Elordi. Okay.
Yeah, from Euphoria.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, somebody said no, Ella Purnell. No.
So-
You know what? I'm gonna say yes to Hayden Panettiere.
she's in the trailer. She's doing
All right, I'm interested in this.
Yeah.
I like where you're at with the sequel to Until Dawn. I think it's too early for them to even announce.
Well,
that.
the movie's
Although
coming
they
out.
do pump these things.
Yeah,
So that's my thing. I thought you were going to say a trailer for the movie.
No.
Yes.
I mean, I could-
The movie's coming out in April.
Yeah,
right?
the movie's coming out soon.
Yeah, I just
mean,
don't think he does the movie thing.
He
that much.
does.
Really?
Yeah.
Especially now.
Yeah. We've been
Yeah,
getting
right
movie
now I
stuff.
think he would.
Yeah, like wasn't
mean-
Sonic there last year?
No.
No, but we got the Mario movie first clip there.
Yeah,
Yeah, but those are not known quantities. I'm just saying, like, out of the blue, like, we wouldn't get like a Watch Dogs trailer. We wouldn't get like an Until Dawn trailer.
But
I feel like he would
I
say
think
that
Until
ahead of
Dawn
time.
would fit the bill here.
Yeah.
I feel like he would say that
PlayStation
ahead of time. Like, hey, the
Productions.
first footage of Until Dawn, right? The
See,
first
I feel it's
trailer.
the opposite. Well, not opposite, but I think if you had Watch Dogs, you would say we have a clip from Watch Dogs in premiering. Until Dawn, I think, is under the radar enough that if it was a 1-2 punch of you showed the trailer for this and then announced the second game or vice versa.
Yeah, I was gonna
whatever.
say, like, I'm down to make that part. I'm down to make that part of my prediction. I think you attach
Do it.
the trailer for the movie to this.
Man.
Part of your prediction or part of the chat's prediction? Because I pulled up your Twitch stream blast.
Yes,
and
There it is. There it is.
I see the original doc and the Resident Evil and Until Dawn thing.
It's
Neither of them
it's the
there.
it's the what are you talking about?
Gaslighting him.
Yeah, no, I tag that onto my prediction. If we're splitting by like decimals or whatever.
No Hayden, sadly.
You don't think Hayden?
No, I don't think she'll be back.
But like,
for this
wasn't she part of the tease at the end of Until Dawn one, like the remaster?
one. Oh, I didn't watch
She
it. I don't
was,
even know.
yeah.
I don't even know what the tease was at Until Dawn Remastered.
yeah,
What
all
was
happening.
it? Barrett, show me the tease. Full spoilers for Until Dawn Remastered.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, she was in it. Like, I don't know if it was like new or I think it was maybe cut footage from the original game. But she,
I think it was like
Hayden.
there was like a post credits thing. I'm pretty sure.
Barrett's getting it pulled up. Don't worry about it.
Greg,
Full spoilers.
Yeah.
what's your second one?
Hold on. Here it is. Los Angeles, some years later. New after credits ending, it says. It's running in 380p. Oh, Hayden has a dog. A German Shepherd.
Where
She's
my
got to
dog's
take
at?
pills. Creatures.
Shout out, Ron Breaker.
Oh, fuck. No, this is totally going to be Hayden Panettiere starring in a new Until Dawn. Thank God, because let's get Nashville back into work. You know? Where are all the Nashville people?
What about Heroes?
What about Heroes?
Great question.
Hiro Nakamura?
Oh.
Look at
Bloody
that.
thumb. She ate her thumb.
Oh.
She's been,
He's been
scratching
bit
it herself.
by a Winnebago.
I'm up. I'm up.
Ew. 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 I was going to look back.
The blood's gonna form a 2 for Until Dawn 2.
Thanks for the clarification.
Just so you know.
Huh.
Yeah, that's cool.
Huh.
She's back.
That's
baby.
pretty on the nose. That
Yeah.
should be in there. I take some of it back. I'm sorry.
That's
and I
really
hope
good.
she brings some of her Nashville cast members.
That's a
Charles
good one.
Eston, he'd be great in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Connie Booth, let's go. What are we afraid
let's
of?
make it happen.
All right, you
What
want
are
some
we afraid of?
predictions?
Jacob
do.
Elordi.
Yes.
Think about it.
No, I'm not. I mean, Jenna. That's a great pick right there. Anyways, I digress. This is a simple one. I'll allow Tim to throw it out, and I can give you another one if you want. But this is a prediction for sure of what you'll see there. Please welcome to the Game Awards the star of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Troy Baker, and the star of the Indiana Jones films franchise, Harrison Ford. Clap, 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 clap.
Oh, I mean, I'll definitely let you keep that.
Thank you very much. I wasn't sure if that was too.
So what's
vanilla.
the? I mean, that's kind of wild. I think that
They're
would
coming
be,
out to present an award and also promote that there's an Indiana Jones thing. I almost put it in there, but
and
I've
Brave
heard
New
about.
World.
I've almost put it in there, but I've heard about the reshoots or whatever, so I wasn't sure if they're actually all in on Brave New World. I could see there being a promotion of Brave New World as well.
What do you mean? But they're not
I've seen like Reddit threads and tweets of like, oh, they showed it and it did even worse, so now they're reshooting more stuff
Yeah,
for
I saw
Brave
that.
New World.
Well, I mean, the movie's still coming out February. So I mean,
know.
they're in their time period. Like 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
100%.
Things happen out there, all right? Things fall apart. A book we all had to read in high school.
That would be awesome if it's like Troy Baker from Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford from Shrinking Season 2.
I almost wrote the star of the Indiana Jones film franchise and the upcoming Captain America: Brave
Yeah.
New World, Harrison Ford.
I feel like that. Like, I'll definitely let you do that because I do not think that. I think that's it could happen, but like that's a stretch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Harrison being there. Harrison's just weird. 'Cause
Yes,
everyone
but
says
Harrison
he doesn't like
loves
these, but
money.
He does. He does.
Harrison loves money.
He does.
And he likes
keeps
Indiana.
making
He
things
loves
like
Muppets,
this.
too.
And when they do that, they put those things in the contract that like you have to show up and do certain things.
100%.
And I feel like this is one that they would burn. And I
Yeah.
feel like Bethesda's got the money to burn, and Xbox has the money to burn, and it's doing well. You know what I mean? Like, let's get out there and remind that. Show this will be one of those moments of like that is in Entertainment Weekly, right?
Yep.
Of like whatever of that he showed up. So I think it's enough pop culture crossover that promotes the game and the movie if they need to. I don't know if Marvel.
I give
has
it a
to toss
50%. If Brave New World wasn't a thing and Harrison Ford wasn't in it, I'd be like, there's not a fucking chance. But I think this is like, oh yeah, there's.
Do you
it's
think?
like-
Because I almost teased, or I shouldn't say teased. I tinkered with putting in they show a clip from Brave New World or something like that, or a trailer from Brave New World, and make it make sense that way. So Marvel foot the bill a bit.
I can
too.
see them do that too. Yeah.
Yeah. My only wrinkle, which I think, I guess we're early, right? Because it's Monday. Thursday's Game Awards is, usually Jeff is pretty vocal about who's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Harrison Ford was going to be there, he'll be vocal about it. But I think maybe that comes on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Isn't it an Al Pacino surprise?
Hoo-ha! Yeah.
Yeah, he
Okay,
was.
so
I just don't
Remember
see.
when he had to stand there 18 minutes while Christopher Judge talked? Awesome.
I just don't see. I don't see them getting Harrison Ford out the house. You know.
Again, money.
But it's money.
Yeah,
but like
I guess
Greg's
you're right,
point
yeah.
about the marketing cycle of like he has agreements. He
That's
has
true.
to do things.
You're right.
So,
You're right.
Yeah, Greg, you built a case there. I
Thank
like
you.
that.
I appreciate it.
Raj.
there's a lot of places I can go here, but we're going for the exciting one, so I'll go for it. And I know that I'm probably going to steal a bunch of y'all's, but it's finally time. Iowa Interactive is coming out with 007. We're going to see it. We're going to see a trailer.
Pierce Brosnan there?
I don't see that's where it gets hazy in my vision, right? Like,
Yeah.
is it just a brand new 007? Is it just
Starring
kind of
Troy Baker?
yeah, exactly. Is it a generic white guy, and we're just like, yeah, that's James Bond, right? Or are we actually going for one of the likenesses of one of them? I don't know,
They said
but
it's like a origin story, James Bond.
yeah. So
situation.
I'm assuming it's going to be
If that's the case, Ben Starr and or Rahul Kohli.
both.
fuse them into one.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I
Actually, yeah, you know what? Fuck Ben Starr. Rahul Kohli. That's what.
I mean,
I want a new Bond.
Yeah, me too. I want a game version Bond that we
Yeah.
can be like, hey, this is our Bond.
This is our
like
Bond.
we have our Spider-Man, right? This is our Bond. And I think that it's imperative for this one to have at least a little bit of gameplay. Like I want to see a moment. Like I want to see like, hey, you're doing the stealth thing, and also here's the big action moment, so we can show you guys, hey, we're IO Interactive, and we can do shooting. Like we can actually do. I don't know if is it confirmed third person or first person?
I don't think they've confirmed
I want it.
anything.
I need to see that. I need to see gameplay to know for fact is it third person, is it first person?
It's tabletop RPG.
That'd be sick. But yeah,
I love that.
I think it's gonna be it. I think it's the place to do it.
Okay. I
hope
like
so.
that. That's good. That'd be exciting. I'd love to see what that or hear about that or anything like that.
Because it is interesting. Like thinking back on the James Bond games, obviously we had a lot with Pierce Brosnan as like the
man,
likeness
dude.
of it. Whether it was ones based on movies like GoldenEye or actual video games that were like new stories, just using him. There was like 4 or 5 of those. But then there was From Russia with Love with
Yes.
Sean Connery in 2005.
Never forget.
And then there was 007 Legends in 2012 that had kind of like all of them.
Yeah,
So-
but it was specifically who's the newest
Daniel
one?
Craig was like the
Which is so
the
weird.
main one. Yeah.
Well, no, it was him, and then they like recasted him as like the older ones. Like that was the thing. It was like
Wait, yeah,
him
you're
through
right,
time.
you're right.
Yeah.
Which is like
Holy shit.
disturbing.
I forgot
Yeah.
about
So
that.
I want a new Bond. I like where y'all's heads at with that one.
It's about time.
Rahul Kohli, take it to the bank.
Man, that would be really sick.
The problem is that Rahul never shuts up about stuff, so he would have already been, hey blokes, look what happened over here. You know what I mean? It's like he's in the room, right?
Having a stroke. Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll be right back with more of our predictions
Manchester United at a bank.
after a word for our
So
sponsors.
Rahul.
This episode is brought to you by Imperial. Imperial is a complex, challenging, feature-rich action RPG. In a far-flung corner of the galaxy, an expedition arrives on a hitherto unexplored planet to find a colossal monolith built by a lost civilization. There are no more ruins. The monolith is filled with danger, and the expedition is ill-equipped to unearth the secrets within. All eyes turn towards an elite mercenary who may succeed where all others have failed. Venture inside the monolith and face the automatons that yet remain, remnants of the impossibly ancient civilization that built this unknowable structure. Survive and uncover revelations that transform our understanding of humanity itself. Imperial features a memorable cast of characters with personal quest lines and multiple endings for each one. Of course, you can unlock new abilities to personalize your playstyle and upgrade and modify the loot that you find. Your only hope of victory lies in mastering a unique and complex combat system. So get on it. You can wishlist Imperial now on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. Wishlist Imperial today. This episode's brought to you by Aura Frames. Isn't it funny how the people we love most are often the hardest to shop for? Luckily, there's one gift that everyone on your list is sure to enjoy: an Aura digital picture frame. Aura frames make it incredibly easy to share unlimited photos and videos directly from your phone to the frame. And when you give an Aura frame as a gift, you can personalize and preload it with a thoughtful message and photos using the Aura app, making it an ideal present for long-distance loved ones. Greg, Kevin, and a ton of people at Kinda Funny are obsessed with their Aura frames. It takes about 2 minutes to set up a frame using the Aura app. That means you'll be able to easily add all the photos of the new memories that you will create this holiday season. Save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code KINDAFUNNY at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code KINDAFUNNY. This deal is exclusive to listeners, so get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply. auraframes.com, promo code KINDAFUNNY.
My desk.
And we're back, everybody, with my third prediction. This is one I wish Andy was here for. I feel like he'd get a kick out of it.
We can all pretend to be Andy.
Yeah.
In 2018, Nintendo's Reggie Fils-Aimé, Xbox's Phil Spencer, and PlayStation's Sean Layden shared the stage to kick off the Game Awards, resulting in one of the most iconic onstage moments in the history of us fucking nerds watching video game showcases, press conferences, or award shows. In 2024, we're celebrating not just 10 years of the Game Awards, but also 10 years since Ellen DeGeneres took the internet-breaking Oscar
what is this
selfie
shit?
at the 2014 Academy Awards, which, looking back on it now, features multiple absolutely horrible people.
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley will try to create a bigger moment. What exactly will this moment be? That's the thing. If we knew what it was, it wouldn't hit as hard. My prediction is that, as a general consensus, we will view whatever he pulls off as bigger than the 2018 moment, but not as big as Ellen's reportedly $20 million Samsung Galaxy Note 3 sponsorship.
I love this.
Wow.
I love this. And I love how beautifully written that was.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what it could be. I start thinking, and that's where, like, setting the expectations, because it needs to have that, like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this to it. That, like, if we could believe they're doing it, it doesn't hit the same. But if they can get Miyamoto up there, that'd be big. You know what I mean? Have him stand there with I don't know, Ellen. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know.
What if they have like the creator of Mario, the creator of this franchise,
Yeah,
the creator
exactly.
of the creator of Sonic? We got
the
him out of
creator
jail.
of the Game
Awards. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, I know obviously like getting Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, like that means so much. And like that was like such a moment where there were defined faces at that point that we just don't necessarily have at this point. Like getting Doug Bowser up there, I don't think has the same weight. But I do think like the creators, like what Roger's saying, like get people that I can't believe they're all together. This is crazy. Let's celebrate 10 years of the Game Awards. Like that could be freaking
Can you
sick.
give me your prediction again in like one sentence?
He's going to try to have a big onstage moment of people on stage.
Is that not crazy? That's the Game Awards.
Yeah,
But now,
how's that a prediction?
The Reggie
but-
Phil,
sorry.
other thing.
Part of my prediction here, Bless, to remedy what you're saying here,
Yeah.
is that we, as a general consensus, we will view that moment as bigger than that moment.
Okay.
That's where I'm like
Okay.
adding some shit there, because like that's big statements. Like that is
if I wanted
something that if
something
we were to
small.
talk about like what were the craziest, biggest things to happen on stage, we'd talk about that. And I think
guess
it'll
I
have
just
to
don't
do
feel
that.
like it's concrete enough. Of like something big is going to happen on stage at the Game Awards.
That we will have a consensus. We will have a consensus.
I feel like that one guy going up with the Elden Ring Game of the Year.
No, but see, but that's not it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm
Okay.
talking about like a moment of like where you're gathering people on stage as like
That almost like celebrates the history
Yeah.
of gaming.
Okay.
Similar
Do you
to
think-
that thing. I think it'll be Jeff Grubb and Mike Minotti on stage.
Wow, finally
That'd be
together.
huge.
Minotti with his feet out wearing a RoboCop costume.
But it's like what I'm saying is like it needs to be something of that we're like I can't believe this group of people is on stage together.
Okay.
I like that.
I'll buy that.
Like
I'll buy that.
that's the vibe I'm going.
Do you think,
for.
and this is, I'm not iterating actually, I'm just asking a question kind of based off this. Do you think Shu gets anything at this Game Awards? Do you think they give like Shu 31
Ooh.
years, he's announced he's leaving?
Do they have like
I
lifetime
wish.
awards?
No.
I don't think they've done that.
I feel like
yeah.
they've done that
Dice
before,
Awards
right?
does.
Wasn't there
Maybe
that,
they'll
like-
wait, you're
do
right,
Dice.
you're
Yeah.
right.
There was like one
The
time I remember them doing
Atari
it.
creator didn't they get something? And then there was
Yes.
yeah,
Video
they've done a
Vanguard
couple.
award.
Yeah, the
I
video
feel like I
Vanguard.
could see
Exactly.
Shuhei getting something.
You better.
I wish that'd be really really cool.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I mean,
Dice would
it
make a
might
lot
be
of
tough
sense.
to make it happen this
Yeah.
year because he just like announced.
Yeah.
But like, I could see it happening in the
I
next
can
few
make
years.
things happen
Yeah.
for Dice.
But the
Well,
thing
for-
is, like, going
Yeah,
back
that
to
is
my
nice.
prediction a bit too, it's like this is the 10-year. Like, I wrote a bunch of bullshit, jokey stuff. Like, it being the 10-year anniversary of Game Awards, like, Jeff's got to be cooking something. Like, there's got to be something, and like, he's even
Muppets.
when you look at the tweets and like the way he's been talking about this year's show, like. It isn't as much hyping things up or not hyping things up, whatever. It's like it is talking a lot about this being the 10th one and like how important that is to him. So I think he's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Big Bad Beluga puts out in the chat that Yuji Naka is out of prison. So he was in prison for 30 months in 2021. So like, time's up. He could be on stage.
God damn. Bless.
Okay, I got two ones that I think are. One's obvious with a twist,
Oh,
And
In the-
one's twisty with some
And-
obvious.
and yeah, I mean honestly, yeah, the other is twisty with some obvious to it. I want easy points. 'Cause I don't know if like my first two, I don't know are guaranteed. So I'm gonna do one that's like a little bit of a layup, but then I'll add some sauce to it. Doom: The Dark Ages gets a new trailer.
oh.
It's finally being given a release window. If I have to guess what the release window is, I'll say summer 2025. All right. We see a new weapon that blows everyone's socks off. Is how I have it written here, and we get a new celebrity appearance in the game
In Doom.
in Doom.
Okay, see, you're
Okay,
cooking here.
that's
Yeah.
insane.
Because this is that weird little like, no, what
This
the
is-
hell are
this
you
is my
talking about?
But and it's not. I think in some form, it might not be obvious. Maybe it's like a radio call, right? Maybe it's somebody who's like some character that like appears in like a kind of like a they're talking to you throughout the game, some voice or something. I think they're gonna find a way to
Daniel
shove.
Craig.
I
just
think
calling you.
they're gonna find a way to shove a celebrity in Doom. I know Doom doesn't seem that like that kind of game, but I think they can do it.
I like this.
NPC giving you quests.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
If you,
Who's it going to be?
I knew you would ask.
Logan Paul.
Bruce Campbell playing this Evil Dead character.
I don't know if this is too on the nose because
The Rock.
Dave Bautista.
Every time.
Dave
Batista.
Bautista. Yeah.
Batista.
Dave Bautista.
Still in Doom?
Yeah.
You got the Xbox.
Did he ever
connection.
get in Gears? He wanted
Yeah.
into Gears.
Yeah, he's just
okay.
getting Gears.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my
I
prediction.
like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I think-
that's a fun one.
And that's the thing is,
fun
I added a lot of sauce to it because I think Doom: The Dark Ages being at the Game Awards just makes a lot of sense. I think everything after that is
I don't know if I
it's just
believe
sauce.
it. I just don't. I feel like that's like such a pull that they're just like, you know what? Like that could just be like the mainstay of whatever conference we do or whatever. Like I don't know.
I don't know that it's a lock, but I think timing wise it could make sense.
Yeah. And that's where I'm coming from. Is timing wise. We know that game's coming out in 2025. I think that's the level of game that would be a great get for the Game Awards,
Yeah.
and it'd be great for Xbox to have it at the Game Awards. So I think it makes sense to be there. I think that is where you can stamp like all right, it's coming out in this window, even from Wrong About Summer, right? Hey, it's coming out fall 2025 or spring 2025. Who knows? Yeah, I'm so curious on what it looks like as far as what we get out of it because we've seen that game a couple of times now.
Have we?
We've seen it at least once now. Maybe
I
not
think it was just once.
Was
at
it
the,
just once?
The
But I
showcase
guess we
this
saw
year.
a lot when we saw it though, because it was gameplay.
Yeah,
we saw
yeah,
him with
yeah.
like the little like hair thing.
Yeah, the
felt-
hair cape.
Yeah, the hair cape.
Greg?
We saw him get shot at the earth.
I'm gonna say this one. I don't want this to be an actual count. All right, it's something that I had on there, but then I saw that then there was actually like news of like Jez Corden saying stuff or whatever about Xbox. So I had written in here, this is not a real one. I just said Xbox goes big. I think they have big news item here, like the Xbox Series X reveal all those years ago. Maybe a look at the handheld, maybe an Xbox redesign. But now that it's kind of out there in the ether, I don't want to cheat. You know what I mean? And say
So
like that.
today, the Xbox posted something little is coming.
Oh, did they?
Little is coming.
Yeah. There was like an
That's what Jen says whenever I get out of the shower. The
Small
most
penis.
controversial game reviewer.
Really, there are better versions than
What's his face? I was like, he's thinking about something.
something little is coming. I'm like, oh, you could have done better.
Okay, well, you know what? No. Everyone knows. We're probably about to go with that one. We'll keep going.
So it was Xbox UK, and they said something little is coming. # score more with Xbox. I don't know what that is.
That sounds dumb as shit.
Yeah, it sounds
I
like,
Did you see the animation though?
yeah, it's like a
It
meteor.
looks like a meteor, like
like an
hit it.
X-meteor.
And then some, like people were replying, like, "This is not the handheld. This is not the," even though that would make total sense. I wonder what the fuck it is though.
Smaller Xbox.
That Fire Stick equivalent.
It's finally
Yeah,
happening.
maybe.
Everything's an Xbox.
Because
Is that
you
me?
see what that meteor's going through? Cloud gaming.
Oh shit!
oh, and they're coming down to earth.
not
Wow. It did land in the cloud. He's right.
Yeah, I think Barrett's
It did
cooking
on the
here.
cloud.
But no,
I do think
like
Barrett
Greg's
is
totally
cooking.
right. The score more score more with Xbox totally feel like
That's gonna be like
gonna
a
be some
fucking
dumb
Snickers
marketing
ad
gimmick.
campaign or some
Yeah,
bullshit.
definitely
we
gonna be
don't care
some dumb shit.
where they can't decide what's the plural of Xbox or Xboxes. Did you see this, Greg? Did you see this? There was a different.
Oh, now they put it. Now they've correct. Well, I mean, like
Now they
I
said
saw that,
these
but
are
I didn't
all
take that as like,
Xboxes.
oh, they can't decide. I took that as Greg DM Phil Spencer on Kind of Funny Games Daily. Phil didn't give me his phone number, but did respond that he saw the text message. Then he went and fixed it. So as always, Greg Miller, savior of Xbox.
Thanks.
What's the smallest thing you could put cloud gaming on?
Watto. That didn't really make
Let
sense.
me come out of the
an
shower
answer.
and I'll show you. You know?
I was waiting for it. See, that's good. I like that one. I like that one. You got me.
Oh man.
It's only small after a shower. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, Chad, it's not
Last
Final
week on
Fantasy.
Games Daily, I got caught saying, talking about how big the screen size of the Switch is going to be.
Oh, I saw this.
Anything bigger than 7 inches is uncomfortable. But Greg, what is your prediction?
So I put that out there. Congratulations to me. That's great. I'm going to put a fun, stupid one out for my third, all right? Where I don't actually think it would happen, but I like the sound of it, right? Where it is, please welcome to the stage, undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. Adrenaline! And he comes out with the belt and the nice suit on or whatever. And then it gets kind of murky, because I think, honestly, what would happen is they would show, Jeff's like, and now a world premiere. They go to the trailer, and it's that, Barrett, I put this in assets. It's that 2022 RPG WWE that Stephanie McMahon talked about.
know about this.
Stephanie McMahon talked about this in a conference call, and everybody's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then just moved on. So that's 2 years ago. If it's actually happening, they show the trailer for whatever this WWE RPG is. Then they come back, and Jeff's like, "Please welcome undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes," which is just cool to hear.
No, that'd be awesome.
Then he comes out, and Cody, who is a gamer, bullshits around about some RPG of whatever the hell you're doing.
I love where your head's at. And again, WWE right now are in full on marketing mode.
Yeah.
Saturday night's main event, which is this Saturday.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Basically
shit.
a PLE. It's
I
incredible.
was pretty crestfallen this Saturday when I turned on Peacock. I'm like, when is Deadline ending? And I had to go Google, like, God damn it, it's next
Fucking
Saturday.
Deadline.
And then, the Netflix deal coming. There's money being pushed
And
towards,
Cody is a
like-
gamer.
Yeah.
Cody is a gamer.
Which I just
I like this.
said.
I like the
Cody is a
RPG.
gamer.
Yeah.
I'm saying yes. I'm
I
saying
feel like
you.
you get everybody on stage. It's Xavier though.
I mean, no, he just turned heel.
He comes out, he just fucking
He comes out and
fucking nails it. Jeff. You know,
Another thing about Big E.
comes out to a podcast.
I feel like, to your point earlier, Greg, like Cody would be announced as being there.
But
You know.
maybe he still could be.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
You're right, you're right.
all
These
this could
predictions are
easily still
Monday,
happen.
so
Yeah.
I like it.
It's wishful thinking
Yes.
to a degree, but like I like it.
It's
too.
fun. Raj.
Yeah, that's a really fun one. You guys are having fun ones. I'm gonna go for one I think is a
He's
little.
like, there's going to be a terrorist attack.
Let's take a dark turn.
Not everybody who's at the Game Awards survives the night.
Jeff will come on stage and say one of the biggest releases of this year and a Game of the Year nominee has some new some new content coming out. So here's a first look, and it's going to be Black Myth Wukong expansion coming out in the next few months. It's going to be an expansion, not just regular throwaway DLC. It's going to get the internet ablaze and excited, and that's my prediction. It's going to be expansion, not just a generic costume pack or whatever. We're going to actually do it. They are jumping off of the excitement and the hype, and there's been rumors in the ether of like, hey, potentially this is if they do an expansion, it's going to be the first half of next year. This is the time to do it.
I like that. I'm not going to use one of these as my predictions, but one that I had, it wasn't my top 5, but in there, one of my predictions potentially would have been Black Myth Wukong, Stellar Blade, Dragon's Dogma 2. 2 out of 3 of them will get DLC
I love
announced at
that.
the Game Awards.
That's smart.
That would have been my prediction, but I'm not going with that. Just want to throw it out there.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say 2 out of 3. We're like gonna collab with each other, but we don't know which 2.
No.
You'll never be able to guess which 2.
Okay.
Do you think
Yeah.
it's likely? Blessing?
I remember there being like reports and stuff, and I forget where I landed on that and what those were saying exactly. It just feels too soon though. Like an expansion for Black Myth feels like it would be one that's like a lot of work. That's a lot of dev power, right? Unless it's more so of like more of a smaller DLC. Maybe it is something along the size of like a Spider-Man City That Never Sleeps type thing, where they just add one new level.
Yeah.
The way we just beat on this DLC.
I can't think of any other DLC. We say the full name too.
Insomniac's put out 2 bangers and announced Wolverine since then. Kind of funny's always like,
In my mind, I was like, what's another mediocre DLC? And my mind went to the Horizon one, but I was like, I like that. Spider-Man. I think if it's like something that's a smaller scope, then I could see it. And I think that's likely. Call it like an expansive thing. I get more like, I don't know about it, but I guess if it's something smaller, I could see it.
I think they're
that
gonna
makes
call,
sense.
I think it's gonna be called an expansion specifically. I guess the gamers hyped.
The DLC wasn't even that bad. That's also the good point of it. It's like, it's not like Spider-Man Story That Never Sleeps stunk.
Yeah.
It was okay.
People also mentioned Xbox. I don't know if you do that at the same time. I could see that, but I feel like that's more of just like, hey, that's out right now. You know what I mean? That's on whatever. That's just out. I don't think they would sneak that in there. That's fine. Tim,
Yeah.
what are you thinking?
Your 4th prediction. Are you thinking 4th meal? Taco Bell.
That's my
With
thing.
Moss.
All right, I'm going here. Easy win for me. Easy win for me. On October 6th, 2024, Captain America himself, Anthony Mackie, posted on his Instagram a picture of himself looking very cold in Canada. He was wearing a jacket from the Canadian brand Canada Goose that seemed like it was doing quite an adequate job of keeping him warm. This appears to have been a sponsored post.
This is like when you read this, like how many red herrings is he putting in there for you to get
I feel
caught
like
up
it's
on?
going to be
so
an
good.
Untitled Goosescape prediction.
This appears to have been a sponsored post, as @Canada Goose was tagged. But Canada Goose wasn't the only thing tagged. A certain streaming service named after a flamboyant bird was also tagged, along with a few choice words that change everything. That's a wrap on Season 2 of Twisted Metal. What a ride. June 8th, 2023, the Twisted Metal Season 1 clip/trailer was revealed at Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest.
That's a good one.
Later that year, Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards 2023, Twisted Metal Season 2 was formally announced. Now at Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards 2024, the Twisted Metal Season 2 first clip/trailer will be revealed.
I like that. Samoa Joe there?
In the trailer.
Okay.
Him actually there? Doubtful.
Okay.
I mean, he's doing the Yakuza game,
Yeah. I mean,
double duty.
in the reveal trailer from last year's Game Awards, it was him.
We didn't know it was him yet, though, did we? Or no,
No,
we did. We did.
The
You're right.
reveal
You're right.
for
You're
Season
right.
2 trailer or announcement.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like this is like such a slam dunk. This is happening for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
I agree
That's fun.
that does sound like, a no-brainer that you'd have that there.
Bless.
No, I mean, for my prediction.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Unless
I
you
was-
have more to say.
No, I don't have more to say. I was like thinking about the bird the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, what flamboyant bird? Like, Twitch ain't a bird.
Yeah, I was like,
Can Sam shows up with a Fruit Loops
I
integration.
think we both thought,
I'm
like,
like,
is there a woodpecker streaming service? Okay, my next one, my 4th prediction. I'll go with a simple one. It was sometime recently in the last few days, Tekken announced that they're going to announce that their last DLC character of their Season 1 wave. We're going to get Tifa. Tifa's coming to Tekken.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Tim already has.
I have the
has
most
it written.
verbose fucking things for
Yeah.
everything, and one are just Tifa Lockhart
And
and
literally, like,
Tekken 8.
that's so funny because like it's the exact same for me too. Where I just have no flavor to it. Just Tifa's coming to Tekken.
I believe, dude. I
has
fucking
to.
believe. And it's like, that is the type of announcement that would make so much sense, especially riding the high of Rebirth winning all these awards around the world for Game of the Year and all that stuff. The demand for Tifa in Tekken is at fever pitch.
Yes.
This has to go down.
And like we've seen it happen before. Noctis was in Tekken 7, and I feel like if Noctis, no offense to Noctis, shout out to
No,
Noctis.
Noctis.
I've never played Final Fantasy 15, but I'm sure he's a very great guy. But like if Noctis can make it to Tekken 7, with the demand for Tifa and the legacy of Tifa, and for the kind of
And
year
her
that we're
fighting
having,
style,
and her
dude.
fighting style,
Yes.
everything about that character fits in Tekken so well, and the Tekken audience actually wants it, right? The Tekken audience is actually asking for it. So I think it's a match made in heaven. And
That's
I
a
think
Game Awards ass announcement. Too.
Yes, and
That
it's a
makes
Game
so
Awards
much
level
sense.
announcement, especially for a Game Awards where Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is nominated, right? Like that would be such a wave to surf off.
So
of.
many people in chat are also saying that it's the Tifa and the Waffle House stage. Do you think it's we ever get in the
No.
Waffle House stage?
Waffle
now?
House is Tekken 9.
Yeah, I don't think Waffle House knows what they have as far as like getting into Tekken. I don't think their branding team understands the power that like
Okay.
that has. But yeah, maybe Tekken 9 they get there, but I don't know. I don't think you get Waffle House.
Just generic House of Waffles, you think maybe?
That's a good question. Maybe
Okay.
but here's the thing, because I do think that Harada and the team, I think they're going after it. I think they want Waffle House in there. But I don't think they want to like excuse how dirty this is, but I don't think they want to blow their load if like there's a chance of Waffle House in the future.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
If they can get Waffle House in there before Tekken 8 is over, then they'll do it. Which
I
is
just think if your
why I don't
Waffle
think you
House
do
is not even
generic
so
one.
much the branding aspect of it as much as like, do you want to be known as the place where fights break out all the time? You know what I mean? I think that's really what
That's
they push
a good
back.
point.
I don't. As much as Waffle House is the we're wasted, it's 3 a.m. Let's get some waffles. Waffle House doesn't lean into that being their real
That's true.
reputation, even though that's a real reputation.
But yeah, I don't think they could do. I don't think they do it unless they can get the IP
Okay.
or use Waffle House.
Greggy.
We already know that it has 10 million players, but Marvel Rivals is not done rocking your world yet this year. They will announce that Blade is the next character coming, drop
Oh,
a
that's
trailer
actually
for it. And I
good.
almost want to tinker with it being imminent, but I'm not going to go that far. Like a day, like he's available now kind of thing. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say that, but I do think they announce Blade and they show a trailer for Blade.
That was one of mine. I was either teetering between that and Fantastic Four, but I know the movie's coming out and they probably went. But like all the Fantastic Four were data mined. Like they have them all in the game, so like that's ready to go. So, but Blade
Is
is
Blade,
also
do
there.
you know? Because I
Yeah,
do
Blade
know.
is. Blade is in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes
That's
sense.
perfect.
Okay.
Wait, he's in the game?
Yeah, sorry, he's in like in the files.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
people
okay.
people found his render or whatever.
Gotcha,
so
gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha.
so that's a perfect one. Did you know that?
No.
Oh wow, that's good. man.
I'm trying to
Killing it.
I was looking
Look
at
at
I
that.
looked at the
How many
roster
Marvel
today.
characters left?
I mean, there's a lot of Marvel characters. I mean,
Yeah,
like, the
Not
fact
like
that it's there.
top tier. Like
I was,
that,
but,
though.
I mean, maybe I'm going to shoot myself in the foot, but looking at the list, I was like Captain Marvel or Blade. And I was like, Blade, I think is cooler. Captain Marvel is cool, but like I think kind of played out in a way where it's like Blade's still always hot.
Was Deadpool in the files?
No, but I believe Ultron was. Yeah.
Cyclops is I think the big missing one right now.
Yeah.
Bing, bing.
Was he in there too? I forgot. But
I
yeah,
think so. Okay. I like that.
that.
Marvel Rivals getting something I think is a very good call. Like,
Do you think it's like today, or do you think like
I think it
he's
is.
available now?
I think why not, right? Like I feel like ride that wave, like keep things going.
and they love doing that. They love being like, here's the trailer, it's out now. Like
Yeah.
they did that during the beta period, which is
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
wild,
yeah, that-
right? So I think they just have a bunch that are just ready to go, and they're just like, where's the button? Where's the announcement? When to do it?
Raj, number 4.
Okay, I have two fun ones, so I'm excited to get to it. This one is just more of like one in my heart, but I think it's also time. It's been a while since we heard from TT Games. TT
Okay.
Games has not been heard of since the Skywalker saga. We just
These are
had,
the old Lego developers.
yeah,
everybody.
the old Lego developers. We know they're clearly working on something. We had the Lego Horizon release, which was not TT Games, but it's still a Lego thing that's out of the way. We just had the announcement of a Lego Fortnite thing that was out of the way. I think this is perfect time for them to look up and be like, hey, here's the next game. I think it is a Lego game, and I do think it is the Infinity Saga. I think that they're going to go for that. That just, they're taking a long time. I don't want them to do that. I think it's just too far gone. They've done the Avengers. They've done other things like it, but
I could be down for that. That sounds
I
like
love
fun.
that.
I just didn't, going back to Skywalker Saga, I'm like, this is not the type of game that I think they're just going too complex with it, right? They're doing third person shooting. They're not making this as simple as possible. So I hope that they go back to that original DNA and formula. I don't think they will. I think it's going to be kind of building, pun intended, on what they've built on with the original game. So yeah, I mean, it's been 2 years since the release of Skywalker Saga. That was also in gestation for the longest time. So yeah, I think it's going to be Infinity Saga.
To Greg's point, this is more so a question to the table. How much does Marvel like to point back to the Infinity Saga? Obviously, it was huge for them, right? And the people love the Infinity Saga. But does it feel like they're trying to focus on like the future more? Like I feel like I don't get as much like Infinity Saga put in front of me by Marvel.
Yeah.
Is that my off?
I mean,
with that?
I think that's just because there's new things. There's always new shit to focus on, so they're pushing that. But like,
could you see them like doing like green lighting? Hey, we want to do an Infinity Saga video game.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm with Roger.
An MCU video game would be
I
huge,
predicted the Infinity Saga Lego game years ago. It still hasn't happened. I think it is inevitable, just like Thanos, that it will happen. It's just a matter of when. It's long enough that we don't know what they're working on and all that, so that could add up. I do think potentially they might hold that for closer to like a 10-year anniversary of the Infinities, like the road to Endgame type stuff, which we're a couple years off of now. But
yeah, it's a weird one because I just wonder what they're doing because you think about all the franchises. I'm like, oh, Harry Potter, they've done that already. Like Indiana Jones, they've done like every conceivable franchise. I'm sure people are going to chat or going to scream out ones that I haven't thought of. But I mean, James Bond was the one that I was thinking about, but they leaked that and that has been canceled, right? So
I mean,
don't know what they're
the
doing.
Star Wars game is like they made a bunch of Star Wars games before that,
So
right?
many,
And like Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga was the all right. Now we want to make the ultimate one because we want to dive into this well again. They've done the same for Marvel as far as they made a bunch of Marvel games. I think if you want to make something that excites people and be able to go back into that well that you've been in before, yeah, the Infinity Saga works so well.
The other one that I was thinking around that I think would be awesome would be for them to be like, we're just doing Lego Superman. Like we're doing like this. I don't know if it's an actual DCU thing, but like if it's just like, hey, it's DC Lego Superman, not Lego Batman, because they've only done Lego Batman. They did DC superheroes or whatever. If we just do a Superman game, I think that would be interesting to coincide with the movie to have something out.
I wish, man, but no,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
know
thing
that's
where
not
they'd
gonna
always
happen.
branded Batman to do that, right?
Yeah.
Especially after DC supervillains, which I feel like didn't perform the way they wanted it
Yeah.
to.
Lego does have a Lego Infinity Saga line as well, like the toys themselves.
Oh, okay.
So like with logo branding and stuff. So
Then I think
there's
that's
something there.
I think that for sure is going to
Don't tell him this is the breakthrough Christmas for Ben, where we're doing Legos. He's getting his Lego stuff. But
You're gonna be broke.
Grandpa and Go just ordered and got. I was walking out today and saw the package of the Lego table with like the the built-in the storage underneath, and we're getting Legos from.
Well,
him.
don't tell him as if I have his number. I'm gonna text and be like, "Yo, Ben, you're not gonna believe what I just heard."
My final one, fairly simple one, but in 2020, Final Fantasy VII Remake was nominated for, but did not win Game of the Year at the Game Awards. 1 year later, at the Game Awards 2021, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade was announced for PC, coming to Epic Games days after the Game Awards, but they would not release on Steam until 6 months later in June 2022. This year at the Game Awards 2024, my prediction is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be announced to be coming to PC, both on Steam and Epic, by the end of this year.
Wow.
This might seem like
End of
this
2024.
year. Yes.
Wow.
Here's my reasoning. That might seem a little crazy because you look at Remake, the first part of this, right? Came out in April, and it wasn't until essentially a year later that we get this thing coming to PC. Over a year later. But that included DLC. That included Intergrade. That was like, there was more game to develop. There's not now. They've also been porting games left and right to PC. I feel like they have that shit down. The Epic Steam situation, different than it used to be. Epic doesn't do those like buyout deals anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it's coming to Steam, and it did release like a week later last time. So I do think I'm giving it a couple extra because like I feel like it might be a little tight of a turnaround, but I do think both Steam and Epic by the end of the year. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, no extra stuff, no Intergrade, no whatever, just the game because they said they're not doing DLC this time.
You don't think PlayStation has like a year deal?
That's my thought too.
That is the one thing. So I am playing with fire closely because Final Fantasy VII was January this year.
February.
Yeah. So yeah, but no, I want to keep it spicy.
I like that.
I like it.
And I'm hoping there's a sign of some type of negotiations going on that are changing things because I want to believe. I mean, how much do I want this prediction to be? It's also coming to Xbox, very high. But I don't think that's going down. But I do hope. And a lot of this is just me make-believe shit. But, like, I do hope that by the time we get to the third part, we're getting these games on Xbox. Even though I think that
big
it's very
package.
unlikely that we're in a situation right now currently that would allow that. I do think that given the state of the industry, I would not be surprised if, even if PlayStation had some type of buyout, if Square were to be like, we're going to buy that buyout out to be able to post it everywhere. But
I agree with that. I think by the time we get to the third game, excuse me, I think we could be in a place where all the games have been ported now to Xbox for people. I do, and I agree that I could easily see 7 Rebirth appearing at Game Awards, but the only part is I do think that it gets announced for February or later. I think that PlayStation agreement probably holds, and I think that's why we got Remake Intergrade like a year plus a month, I think, after the original remake came out on PlayStation.
all right.
Tim, what's the likelihood, not even at the Game Awards, but just in general, that they'll make Queen's Blood its own game on mobile?
I think that there is a 95% chance we get Queen's Blood as a standalone thing.
It needs
I
to
hope, dude.
I think it happens.
Actually, I hope not because I'm tired, man. I've been playing a lot of card games.
You're in your card game era, Bless. Just embrace it.
I'm obsessed right now. Apparently, I have a problem.
Someone's told me.
Bless.
Oh,
Final prediction.
This is final prediction, and I have like quite a few written down. None of them have been from like the chat suggested ones, just for the record. Just so y'all know. All right.
Not
None
from
of
what
them.
I've seen from yours.
Thank you,
streams.
None
Barrett.
of
Keep
them.
him honest.
This last one I actually just wrote out just now.
Because I read it in chat.
It just came off the top of my head.
I mean,
Jeff
no.
Grubb.
Because I had the seed of it, and the seed of it is Naughty Dog. Of course, Naughty Dog, Jeff Keighley, they get along well. Neil Druckmann has shown up on Jeff Keighley stages in the past. There was a Summer Game Fest and a half ago where you had the one that had like Last of Us Part 1 and Last of Us Online.
Here's the concept art.
Here's
The
concept
Last of
art.
Us in 2011 was announced at the Spike Video Game Awards.
Yep,
As their debut trailer.
and that was a new IP
Mm-hmm.
at the Spike Game Awards.
Uh-oh.
It's
Uh-oh.
13 years or so later,
Mm-hmm.
and right now, when you talk about Naughty Dog, what are we on the precipice of? Last of Us Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Last of Us Season 2. I think that Neil Druckmann comes out at the Game Awards. I think he shows us a new trailer for The Last of Us Season 2 on HBO. I think that is then followed up with a one more thing from Neil Druckmann. And I think we get the reveal teaser for a Naughty Dog new IP.
Insane, Bless. I love where your head's at. That sounds like us being like, okay, well, the pieces are here. And like, yeah, it makes sense. I don't know that it could possibly happen. I feel like even getting the teaser trailer makes sense. Seems like a pull, though. That seems like there might be like too many moving parts there. You know, Peacock, one thing. HBO, very different. But what I was going to have something like that as one of my predictions if it was the 10-year anniversary, but it's over 10 years. I feel like there would be something there of Jeff trying to make it all make sense and work. Like 10 years ago, we announced Naughty Dog's new IP. Here to celebrate 10 years of Game Awards, we're doing that too.
Sick.
But yeah, the timing doesn't add up on that. But I fucking hope.
Because my thing is, I think it's about time for Naughty Dog to start talking about it, right? Like, I think just because they don't start talking about it doesn't mean that it's going to come out in the next 12 months, obviously. But I think for Naughty Dog and a new thing, I think they've shown that they'd be willing to talk about it at a Jeff Keighley thing. It's either that or a PlayStation showcase. But I think this is one of the ones that would be the talk of the town at a Jeff Keighley event, especially the Game Awards. So I could see PlayStation being like, yeah, let's do it there. Fuck it. But also, I don't think it's that far away at this point, right? Like, I think for a new Naughty Dog game, for a new IP, I think we're talking about 2026, 2027. And I think if that's the case, I think you start promoting it now. I think right now is the perfect time.
Has PlayStation announced a new game at the Game Awards? The Jeff Keighley The Game Awards. A
Like a
major
new-
PlayStation Studios
Because I was gonna
game.
say we had God of War
Kojima
and
thing with
Valhalla.
Fizzant.
Yeah, had the
Valhalla.
Kojima thing.
No, but Fizzant,
Last
that
was
was
online.
That was
Showcase.
PlayStation Showcase.
Fuck, you're right. Sorry, it all runs together for me, you know.
I think Valhalla is the.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah, Valhalla
Yeah.
last year. Last was online if you count that.
Yeah.
Horizon Lego if you count that.
That's Game Fest.
Yeah. Oh,
still
you're
a
talking
Keighley
about Game
thing
Awards.
though. But
Yeah.
Game Awards
yeah.
though, I do think is different. Like, and we're
mean-
talking about Naughty Dog's next big IP. Like, there were a few things in the industry bigger than that. Like, we were talking about GTA 6 and that and Switch 2. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
that's
that's
where
in a tier.
That's where I feel like they would give like a new trailer for Yote before they do like, hey, here's the Naughty Dog thing, right? Like, I mean, I like where your head's at because they are tight and like, you know, Neil Druckmann does come out a lot, but I
See,
don't
but
know.
I think where we're putting it as far as how it ranks among all these things is the exact reason why it's Game Awards. Because I think Ghost of Yotei, I do think that is PlayStation Showcase or PlayStation State of Play. I think a GTA or like a Switch thing, I think those are too big for the Game Awards, right? I think a new Naughty Dog IP is the perfect amount of big where Jeff Keighley's like, oh, I fucking want that. And PlayStation wants to put it in a place where it is like, we want to put this in a place that's even bigger than a PlayStation Showcase. Yeah. Right?
I think that the next Naughty Dog game, Neil Druckmann's next Naughty Dog game, that's bigger than Game Awards. Like, to them, to Neil and to PlayStation.
That's my thing, is I would think PlayStation want to hold on to that and do it for themselves, because I think that's how they treat most of the Game Awards announcements. If it's big enough that it's a big deal, we want it in our PlayStation Showcase. But we have to wait and see.
I love it, though. I hope.
I hope, yeah.
I really hope.
I just feel like there's a history of always getting a PlayStation thing, like a PlayStation thing of consequence at a Jeff Keighley event.
But I could even see that just being asked for about DLC here.
Yeah, but
You know
I think that, I mean, it could be that. It could be Ghost of Yotei, right? But I'm going big. This is predictions.
It is.
I like this. I
love
like
it.
this a lot.
Yeah.
Greg, final prediction.
My final prediction is my most simple one, right? And I'm going to say, but I have a bunch of like, this won't happen, blah, blah. But like the one I'm going to do is Hell Is Us gets a gameplay trailer and a release date. It'll be April 2025. This is the one we all saw and like, what is this? And it's from the people who are over at IDOS Montreal that have come over to do Hell Is Us. And it's the one that is like, they did a big blog post about it, right? Where it's like, it's a shooter, but it's Souls-like, where it's like, we're not putting a HUD up, we're not doing all this stuff. You're meant to go out and survive and die and figure out how to go on and it was that thing where we were like, what? And then you watch it, you're like, wait, this actually looks fucking cool. And then the more I read about it, I was like, this sounds really fucking cool. I think it's got a very small, as the reactions at the table told you, push behind it. And I think this would be a great one of like, here's the release date trailer with all the gameplay. I mean, you're seeing gameplay here, but here's the release date. This is a thing. It's coming out early next year to get you pumped.
Gorgeous.
But on the other side of all the crazy stuff that's happening. Because it looks
I forget all the details. I remember the more we looked into the details, the more excited I was about it. Because like I don't even think that it was like a Soulsy type thing. I think it was more so like we're looking into non-linear style storytelling. And it sounded maybe like immersive sim like in some of its elements as well. Like it's taking inspiration from a lot of games that just have like a lot of good ass game design.
Yep.
And in the same way that I talked about Indiana Jones on KFGD and how like that's a nerdy ass game, this one sounded like a nerdy ass fucking video game.
But this one's good.
Just like Indiana Jones.
Someone say that was great. 8 out of 10.
Take us
You
home.
can show the assets again if you want of slowly walking up on dumbasses stared at the wall.
Raj.
It's the last one. I'll go big.
He's going big.
So Jeff has a very, very long and tenured relationship with Valve, right? Valve and him go back all the way to the creation of Half-Life 1. No, I don't think he's going to announce
God damn
Half-Life
it.
3.
I really hope you're going to say
But
Half-Life 3.
every single year, I think since the Steam Deck's inception, he's been like, hey, I'm going to give away like 1 billion Steam Decks. Go on Steam and watch this and, whatever. So I think he's going to be like, that's still happening. That's happening this year, whatever. But talking about the hardware of Steam, let's show you some more. So Steam OS has been data mined to hell that it's happening, and they have like powered by Steam OS like logos everywhere. So it seems like they're going to be doing a full push with partners to have Steam OS on devices. I think those devices are going to be pretty strictly home console devices. They're going to be Steam boxes that you're going to put on your shelf, and it's going to work like a console. And he's going to show multiple different partners. It's going to have like MSI. It's going to have all of the ones that you're expecting to be there, and they're going to show off the new controller, which is going to look like basically a Steam Deck that is smaller. It's going to have the two trackpads. It's going to have everything you're expecting, and it's going to be 2025. They're going to do a sizzle reel. It's going to be like, hey, you can get all this 2025. I know it's a lot of information to go through, but this would be the time. I know they don't usually do this with Keighley. They don't give announcements to him, but that would be awesome and get people really excited, especially before at any moment Switch 2 could be announced. We got to get in. We got to get in when we can. So that would be cool.
I fuck with it.
I think that you are spot the fuck on about every single thing there. Is it at Game Awards is my only thing. I do think that everything you just said is going to be announced within the next 3 months. Yeah. And having said that, to me, it's either is it Game Awards or are they just going to do their own thing because they can do that?
They always do it.
Yeah.
But again, I'm with you, and I actually am leaning towards this happening because 10 years of the Game Awards, who do you get on stage? Gabe Newell. Right? Like, I do think that
That's
adds
the
into
moment
it
in the
all.
beginning.
Yes, 100%. I think so.
If you get Gabe Newell in the beginning, I would
if you
argue
get
that's
Gabe
bigger
with
than anybody.
anyone else up there, like that is
Tim
that.
Sweeney, they kill each other.
Fight to the death. Crack the fucking thing.
But yeah, there's just been like there's too much smoke for this, right?
Yeah.
Like we talked about the Steam controllers leaking and like people talking about that, all the Steam OS stuff. Like they've been building to this. It's going to happen.
Yeah, and I know it sounds kind of delusional, but there is a part of me that's like, I do want to predict Half-Life 3 because
real
it
talk?
has been data
I mean,
mined to
that's a
hell.
launch.
Like we know about that. This thing is happening actively. Like every single Deadlock update has a Half-Life 3 update in it. Like you see it all. People are breaking it down. It's real. It's happening. So yeah, I want them to come out with this because hopefully by the end of next year we get Half-Life 3. I know it's insane.
Add that to
but
your prediction, you coward.
I can say no. We wouldn't hear it. But I mean, maybe in the next half of the year.
I think Game Awards as a announcement for this would be a slam dunk, though. I think you want to be able to speak to that audience. You want to be able to put this in a place where, like, I think if Valve announced this on their own or as a blog post or whatever, it's going to get eyes because they're Valve and they it's exciting and all that stuff. But I think putting it on the Game Awards stage kind of puts it on a level of, oh, this is something that you should care about outside of even just like the Valve PC players.
Hey, console gamers, we're fucking coming for
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
that's
hey,
what it
here's
says.
a console
And we're
for you
making it
guys.
easy too.
Yeah.
Like, and you have all
Everybody
the
loves the Steam Deck, right?
Yeah.
Because of the simplicity.
But
Here
that's
it
the
is.
thing. It's like, are we gonna have the simplicity? That's my big fear of this because when they did the Steam machines back in the day, I know you remember, like
Yeah,
when
I
they had
remember.
like Alienware, they had all these different things, but it was confusing, right? I was like, what is this thing? Like, I don't know. They need to have like this is a Steam Machine 1, Steam Machine 2, Steam Machine 3. Like, hopefully it's just one partner. Like,
I mean,
don't want it to
that's
be
the
multiple.
biggest problem with it, right? Is that if I go to the Steam store and there's not just one there to buy, that's why the Steam Deck works.
Yeah.
Is that you're going there to get it. When Steam machines were, hey, this is getting announced. That sounds cool. Oh, but it's everywhere. Everything's a Steam machine, but
You can
nothing
download
is.
Steam
but
OS
what-
and then this, yeah.
Talking about what Raj saying that the OS thing, I think that, Greg, is the remedy to what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
I do think there will be a dedicated, if there's the Steam Deck, there'll be a Steam whatever the hell it's called, right? That is the console. But then I do think we're going to start getting the Steam OS on other PCs, on other handheld devices, like things like that. So yeah, I do think that they're going to like triple down and give us what we are hoping for, not what they did last
You know
time.
what? Fuck it. I'm gonna add it. Gabe Newell comes out on stage, announces the Steam machines. One more thing, Half-Life 3.
Half-Life 3.
Fuck.
I'm gonna
That's
do
what I'm
it.
talking
I
about.
know. The more I think about it, the more I feel it in my heart. It's like, fuck, that would be the thing that gets people like Andy Robinson or whatever tweeting and being like, yo, this is the one.
Damn,
Look
you're
out for
right.
it.
You're
You're
right.
right, Raj.
No, I mean, yeah, dude,
he's
Half-Life
one of the
3.
moldies that would
If
love
Half-Life
Half-Life
3
3.
gets announced, you cannot be not hyped about that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't walk away
That
and
is
be like,
true.
this is gonna be shit. Like, that was a 6.5. Like, no, it was a 10 out of 10.
Would Jeff Keighley be this silent though?
Yeah,
I
Like,
think
because he
that's
knows.
what he would.
If I was
Yeah.
Jeff, I'd be bursting at the seams.
No,
dude,
no,
yeah,
no.
you
That's why you
Let
gotta
let-
keep it. That's why you gotta keep it cool. 'cause
under promise, over deliver.
He is legitimately like Yagami in Death Note, where he's like, I can't laugh.
Yeah.
I can't laugh.
you gotta like just shut the fuck up when you feel the vibe is a lower year. That's when you start talking and be like, hey, it's gonna be a chill year, just like he did last year. When you got the stuff, you shut the fuck up Friday.
Yep,
Yeah.
dude, straight up. Yeah,
hope
Half-Life
that
3,
nothing gets leaked.
Raj, is the top of my list for like things that didn't make my 5. So no, I'm right there with
Okay.
you. Like, because you're cooking. You got all
Yeah.
the pieces there. But yeah, good time.
If that's true, man, Jeff's a better man than I am. I'll be tweeting every day like, man, beautiful.
Yo, y'all ready? You're not gonna be ready.
Y'all ain't ready
What a
for
beautiful
shit
comment.
So those were our predictions. I feel really great about them. What a
Yeah.
fun show we
Yeah.
just did. Of
Yeah.
course, we're going to be live reacting to the Game Awards later this week on Thursday. We'll be doing a little pre-show. We'll react to their pre-show, their whole show. Then we'll do a breakdown, talking about it all. Before we leave today, though, I do want to get through the super chats y'all sent in. Alex J. Sandoval says, are y'all going to wear your best dressed at TGA's fits for the reaction stream? That'd be fun. I'm going to dress up like I always do, but I'm not trying any extra hard.
I'm gonna dress down.
I'm dressing up.
I'm wearing pajamas.
Jeff Kirby says, why does Tim
Tell
know
me.
what dog food tastes like? I don't. I know what frostbite shit tastes like. The fucking frost.
So weird.
I hate the frost.
So you're keeping things in the freezer for like
Way
months
too
and months
long,
and
yeah.
months, and then you're like taking it out and using it.
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
That's a bad idea.
It's
When we
fucking
put
bad.
you in the zoo,
Oh, yeah.
we'll only give you the fresh food, all right?
Like, it's horrible, dude. Jordan Vickers says either 1.0 of Hades 2 is shadow dropped or Silk Song is
That
shadow
was on
dropped.
mine.
I was
Hades
surprised
2.
nobody said Silk Song.
Yeah.
No.
So I
many
feel like
times
Hades
Stevie
2
Byrne
is the more. Hades 2 makes
It's like when I
sense.
stopped predicting The Rock would show up. I'm like, I just can't anymore.
Yeah. Hades 2 Hades and the Game Awards have lineage, right? We got Hades 1 early access was announced there. Hades 2 at all was announced there. So like I do think we'll get Hades 2 something here. I think it might be a little early for a 1.0 date, but at the same time, like it has to come at some point, right?
Yeah, that
I
would
think
shift the
we're
game of
further
the year
along
conversation.
from 1.0 than we expect.
Further away?
Yeah, or like further away. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Because I think think about how big the early access is. Mm-hmm. I feel like Hades 2 is going to be really big.
Yeah. Nathan Maloney says Persona 6 and Wolverine.
I see a lot of people say Wolverine. I don't know, man. I feel like that game's further out. I think that's like a last
I
year.
just think PlayStation just doesn't want to play like that.
I would think PlayStation just holds on to that to their own thing. But yeah,
I feel like PlayStation knows that they need a showcase. They need a banger showcase at some point in 2025. And I feel like, wait. Because you got Corey's project, you got Naughty Dog, you got all the Insomniac stuff. Like, you need to like get people back. Like, we're fucking ready.
Yeah.
Also, Persona 6 is not happening. I have a pizza bet with Mr. Hawks in the chat. It's not going to happen.
Failure to Think says Hype Responsibly should be a new t-shirt.
I like that.
Xbox, and I knew it reading this time, says Holiday Love, thanks for bringing us so much joy on our good days and bad days. You have a great job, but not an easy one, yet the vibes are always as immaculate as your style. Thanks for being so special and also for reading most of my cringe as fuck super chats. KF forever.
That's so nice.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you for always hanging out with us. Cozy Bear says a new Metroid Prime 4 Beyond trailer will be shown, and the big reveal in it will be that Samus is voiced. Her actress will be a well-known talent who's appeared in other AAA games.
That's cool.
I like that idea a lot, but no, I don't think so. Metroid being there is not impossible.
Yeah.
Her being voiced, I think, is less likely.
Yeah, I think her being voiced after Metroid Other M. I think no. I also think Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo. I feel like for most of their IP doesn't have voices, and I think that's probably easy for them to be like, we don't got to rely on an actor. We can like make this on our own time. We can do whatever the fuck we want. But
I would
also,
like it, but
speaking of Nintendo, though, I'm surprised he didn't say Kirby Planet Robobot.
that's the thing. Like, Nintendo's weird, man. Why does it make you laugh, Greg?
Making shit
Fucking
up.
name. This fucking game.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
that's around these shows.
I believe that's going to happen, but I don't see it as a Game Awards.
That's right. That gives me Nintendo
I'm
Direct.
surprised no one said Wonder Woman. Just
It's on my list,
just
right?
one of those burned.
One of my loose predictions there was absolutely zero talk of Monolith Wonder Woman.
Oh, I like that.
I know they updated the website not too long ago. People were pointing to that. I want the Wonder Woman game to exist and be great. I just do not understand what's going on with that or where it is.
Yeah.
And that's just like where WB is at in general.
Yeah.
Like it's just like all a big shrug. You can't predict anything like that.
One of the ones I got written here, MGS3 release date.
Yeah,
Surprised nobody said that either.
I had MGS3.
I feel like that's such a slam dunk.
Yeah.
I think that's it. There's no chance we don't get Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta's release date.
But do you think that Keely's like, we got Kojima here. We don't have to make him look at that.
No, because I feel like they've shown so much love to the game.
We don't have to make him look at
Close
that.
your eyes. Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
What
I'm
do
so
you guys
sorry.
think?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Wow.
Then where?
Press release.
Weird.
Wow.
Press release and trailer drop. Who
Man.
gives a shit?
I had Wolf Among Us 2. I feel like that's also just a given. I mean, that game's so weird, but it's also tied to
Game Awards.
Keely and everything. And then I had Silent Hill F, which I feel like it's been a while, and like we're getting off the hype of Silent Hill 2. It's about time that we show the next mainline Silent Hill game. I could see that.
Silent Hill 2 was featured in Keely's like hype trailer for this thing.
Yeah. So, Silent Hill F.
Which I think it was just featuring all the games nominated, but still.
Yeah.
Engine 25 says, pity Greg's indie review kills any clout from the Peel prediction. A little winky emoji just fucking with you. Bless took my prediction about Doom, but I predict we will see Double Fine's next game.
Oh, shit.
Broken Age 2. I would love that.
I could see it.
Full throttle again.
Fuller throttle.
I think from what we could pull from Psychodyssey and just like other things, I feel like their next project is going to be one of their kind of another smaller project.
Yeah.
Don't expect a Psychonauts 3. Don't expect a Psychonauts 3. I already see it in chat. Don't do that. They like to work on small shit, not big franchise stuff. Also, Persona 6 won't be at the Game Awards.
So the thing about Double Fine, my prediction is it will not be at the Game Awards, but it will be in the Xbox _developer direct, whatever it's called, in February.
Okay, that works.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I like that.
Dear Sixlet says Harada has said season 1 won't have a guest. This doesn't disqualify her for season 2 though, and also Harada lies sometimes.
Yeah, Harada do be lying. And also, like, I mean, what non-guest character would they announce at Game Awards? I mean, you're gonna feed the Tekken audience for sure if you announce that, like, I don't know, Christie's back or whatever.
Shout out to Christy.
Shout out to Christy. But like, it's a Game Awards announcement. Put fucking Tifa in there.
Yeah, I'm with you. Joey Radstone says Kingdom Hearts 4. It's been almost 3 years since reveal. I don't think that he's got the stuff. But I do think Kingdom Hearts 4 in 2025 is going to be a thing.
I was just thinking, if he got Half-Life 3, bro, he got the stuff for anything and everything. You know what I mean? Like,
Anything, yeah.
It would
Well, I
just,
mean,
it could
10th
happen.
year.
Yeah, it definitely
10 years of the Game
could
Awards.
happen.
It's bigger than ever. You know that more eyes than we're used to the press release after it every fucking Monday, right? Monday usually is when it is of like, here's the viewership, outstanding number, year over year up to X percent. Like, it's the place to go, right? So this could be the one where Jeff pulls in all the favors and does the thing.
Shauna Duffy says, do you guys think it's possible we see Tomb Raider?
It doesn't feel.
I think it's very unlikely.
it feels too early for some reason. I know they've been cooking on it, but
Yeah.
I don't
That's-
feel likely. I haven't
Anything's
thought about that.
possible.
That feels like one of those things that would have leaked by now if it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like if we see it, it's going to be some Wonder Woman type shit of like, oh, we ain't going to see that for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
okay.
Beto and two throwaways.
Mhm.
I have Team Eco's next game, which they're gen design now. They're working with Epic to make their next thing. I think we could see that at the Game Awards. And then I have here Wu-Tang game.
Oh, I
Oh,
have
yeah.
that.
Where's it at?
With one of the members appears. Which
Yeah.
Wu-Tang member?
Oh, that's the moment
Who
in the
knows?
beginning. Gabe Newell and all the Wu-Tang members come out.
all
Holding
of them
hands. Yeah, all of them. And Redman.
And Logic
He
for
has
some reason.
Throwaway ones I put down. It's finally happening. A Superman game is announced, which of course it isn't happening. And then I think a good pre-show announcement would be the announcement of Joe Hendry DLC for WWE 2K24.
That would be
But
sick.
at this point, you're waiting for WWE
Yeah.
225,
Yeah.
right? Because you're going to announce it at it'll be announced it'll ship in March, so it's around Rumble time, a little after Rumble time.
Should have made it a live service.
They should have.
Put
Great
Jacob
bless you,
Baku
show.
in there.
A couple just
Can't
throwaway ones I had. A Starfield Game of the Year edition PS5 port. It won
Just
someone.
correct on
It
the
did
face.
win a Game
yeah,
of the Year.
just
It
have
did.
blank space.
It did.
Asterisks. Great.
Yeah. But yeah, PS5 Starfield. I
Interesting.
think this would be the place to talk about that. Hogwarts Legacy director's cut of some sort, or like some type of
yeah.
something or other.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You guys have any other?
Judas.
Yeah, Judas got kicked around a lot. I'll be interested to see if that actually
I
happens.
also wrote down here, and I don't believe it, but I put Ben's Studio.
Sony Bend?
Yeah, but that's also like that's a PlayStation showcase
Blue
situation.
Point, like where they at?
Yeah.
I put Sonic. He's always in the ether. You never know what he's doing. You know what I mean?
He's
But,
always up
like,
to something.
I feel like they would have teased that. That would have been like.
Do you think Top Golf Cross Sonic may be also a sponsor of the Game Awards?
Oh
No, but I do think
We work
there's
a lot
chance
cheaper than the Game Awards.
that
everybody.
we see the Sonic movie DLC for Sonic Shadows Generations. Like
That's a 10-minute DLC. There's no shot you show more.
well, I mean, they did say more about it, where it is a full Act 1, Act 2.
What?
Like yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I
Cooking,
can
bro.
see them
Come on.
put something out there as also cross promotion for the movie.
Yeah.
because the movie comes out next week.
Yeah, I can see that.
Week and
I
a
can
half,
see that. I
so.
wonder also like just in the ether is like the Sega stuff, right? I mean, we saw that last
yeah?
year.
You're
Like,
right.
are we going to see more of that? Are they going to do another one? Are they just going to show off Crazy Taxi?
Can you imagine
Like,
they showed off
Jet
10
Set.
more games?
Yeah.
So we're like, you don't even own some of these IPs.
I think either Judas or Bioshock will be there, one or the other. And like
Bioshock.
2K. Oh man.
Bioshock and Half-Life 3 in the same showcase would break the world.
We got Liza P DLC was one where like there was the tease right for a sequel, but what if that's just DLC and we were like we're trying to like align
that'd
with
be-
Wicked
oh,
at this
man.
point, like get that
I would be
juice
sad
out
if
of
that
there.
was DLC, but also I'd be excited. Especially coming off of Wicked. Are you kidding me?
And then
I have here Arc System Work announces a new fighting game, and it's an IP game that's like more Western appealing, right? This is them kind of like trying to break out and like kind of have another Dragon Ball Fighters moment, but like also for the Western audience.
King of the Hill Fighters. Whoa.
Exactly.
Damn it, Bobby.
The last one I want to throw out there is that I didn't want to make official because I don't think right now necessary is the time, but I want to start saying this.
Ooh, I like this.
Start saying
Start saying,
stuff.
make it regular.
Ninja Gaiden 4.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time for us to go back to Ninja Gaiden, right? Like the difficult action game that everybody freaking loved during the Xbox generation. Like they had the stuff. They were the thing. Souls has kind of taken that all over.
Yeah.
I think it's time for my boy Ryu Hayabusa to come back
I agree.
and reclaim the throne. I know 3 wasn't that great, but 4 can change
And
that.
we don't really know what the next one is from Koei Tecmo, because Koei Tecmo they're Ninja Gaiden, right? Okay. Yeah, like they've done Neos, they did Wolong Fallen Dynasty. This last year they did Rise of the Ronin. They're due to announce something else. Like they're always churning out something. I think Ninja Gaiden would be exciting for the fan base, and I think that would fit within the mold of the games they've already been making. Even though I hope that if they do announce a new Ninja Gaiden, I hope it's not just hey, here's more Neo style gameplay. Use this as an opportunity to push that shit forward.
That's one of the things. I think Ninja Gaiden 4 will be Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah,
Which I'm
that'd be
very,
sick.
very excited about. Dan Brand TV writes in to close the show out here saying, bold prediction, this Game Awards is going to be a 10 out of 10. Blancho's my game of the year. I've been an audio listener for the past year.
Shout out,
Love
audio
from
listeners.
Tasmania, Australia. Shout out to you. We appreciate you so very, very much.
Gonna be a big Thursday.
Yes, big Thursday. Hang out with us all day as we react to the Game Awards, break it all down. It's going to be so much fun. Our schedule is going to be a little bit different. I forget exactly what it was. Let me try
We're
to see.
starting at 1 p.m. Pacific that day.
1 p.m. Pacific, Twitch and YouTube. We're going to be doing games daily. That'll lead into just some fun Nick stream situation. And then our pre-show, reacting to the pre-show, reacting to the show, breaking down the show after that. It's going to be a fun-filled Thursday, hopefully with a 10 out of 10 Game Awards. Get hype, everybody. Until next time, we appreciate you all. If you want to hang out and watch a little Indiana Jones being played by the boys, if you're on Twitch, you can stay where you are. If you're on YouTube, please make the jump to the other YouTube link. But until next time, love you all. Goodbye.